Good afternoon, everybody. So, the state financial position was never good after the 1989 financial pattern was changed. Before that, even if the state run into deficit, it used to be made up or paid by the Consolidated Fund of India, so that every financial year you start with zero deficit. But that comfort is no more there. So whatever excess we spend, then become our deficit. And our receipt and expenditure, then you have seen. So I'm not going into details. We have got all the papers. So budget means it is an estimate. It cannot be accurate. So when you present a budget, the estimated receipt and the expenditure is always calculated. So good budget is when you can make a close estimated of what you receive as an expenditure. Our 2022-23 started with a very uncertain note, because we were struggling with the after effect of pandemic. Pandemic, in a sense, no activities. So our share of central taxes and duties is drastically reduced. So the deficit grant and central share of taxes, and definitely our own revenue also will go down because lockdown. No activities, starting from your transportation, from aeroplane to railways to regular traffic to move the goods, and factories, and everybody was locked down. Means there's no chance of going to factory or industry to work. That's how it is. It has really impacted not only India but the whole world. So we were panicky, but we could sustain, and we have taken up a lot of austerity measures. We have even stopped the appointment of vacancies. So through that, we have sustained a little bit. Now, when we are recovering from that, we got another second kick, is that the financial tension reached its peak in the month of July 2022, that is last year, when the Finance Ministry gave an ultimatum to all the states to release all the CSS which were not spent. And by that time, the CSS not released was about 728 crores. Huh? So out of our deficit, we have to release. As I mentioned in my budget paper, if you don't release CSS along with the state share, then earlier it was 20 days, then the revised was 30 days now. So within 30 days, you release the CSS you receive with the state share 10%. Otherwise, you will pay penalty, 7% interest. And what you did not utilize will be redeposited. So in that, we got into a very serious problem, and that's how we had gone into other measures, austerity and other whatever office allowances. Plus, we had increased in the state-owned resources. State-owned resources, and also we got some increase because the situation become normal. So we start getting some increase in share of central taxes and duties. That's how we survive. So we could clear all that CSS plus the share of state matching grant, state matching. Yeah. And also not only the CSS which were kept in the CD, all were released. And we intend to release all the CSS plus whatever is in CD, we released. Unless last minute they come, it cannot be paid to the department because they would not have to utilize the money. And the department, they cannot keep the money with the department. The money has to be with the state. And this is the government tactic of your implement immediately, and then you will get more fund. So it becomes your performance. And then you have to use your implement, and then again your utilization certificate has to be given. So in this, the state-owned revenue, we have been able to increase by, I think, 145.50. This we could be able to, increase. And that's how it really helped us. Today I had given some provision you may like to ask after, but where we can get some tax, state-owned tax, we are trying to tap all those things because our tax base is very limited. And so, for this year, our deficit, what we spent more than what we estimated was only 40 crores. And we had reduced our from from last year's deficit 2,212.74, we could reduce to 1,334.70. So that means we could reduce 878 accumulated deficit. So in 1 year, you're performing, doing like that. It's a big challenge, but we were successful. And then because we have to take all this measure to fulfill and to show our performance, because as per our 15 Finance Commission, every year you have to reduce the 15 Finance Award.
Every year declining.
We are receiving more now, but we have to improve by a given time. So their giving to us will go on reducing. That's because we are improving. It doesn't mean we have that extra money. The 15 Finance Award they have given target. What is that figure? Huh? Yeah, when you go through my speech in para 49, 15 Finance Award, over the 5 years period of award, say that is from 2021 to 2026, revenue deficit grant will be reduced by an amount of 910 crores. So, by that time, if we have not improved open, that much will become our deficit, and it will be unmanageable. So, taking the target, we are doing, and we have a very bad, bad performance department, as you are aware. This year, the purchase of power and the revenue collected. So the shortfall is going to be about 300 crores. So that means by that much our deficit will be increased. But because of getting more revenue, we could check that equation. So these are a few things, and because of our budget management and clearing all the CSS backlog, all the CDs, and following the PFMS, I think the finance department also got an appreciation from the finance ministry. So we hope to continue to improve. You might have read, say, power purchase, state government, we spent 581 crores. And the revenue collection estimated is only 280. Therefore, about 300 deficit will come. Means losing our revenue. Power purchase is usually you buy at a lower rate from the power providers. Say I think generally about 5 to 6. So say 5 to 6 average. And we are selling little more than we purchase. That means doing business we should be profiting. But the transmission loss, then non-payment, then power thefts. So on that agency alone, one department contributing about 300 crores. That is a huge. And that's why we continue to do our own generation. But Nagas, we have land issues. If you create a dam, their land will be submerged. Like even in Doyang, they took the land compensation. But I learned that when the time to store the water, they did not allow the water body to come to the level which is much below 10 as proposed. That's why we are not generating as much as it should be. And we have lean season. So those are problems. We have to work together to solve these issues.